It really is a pleasure today to be able to have the Rhode Island Public Transit Authority, the RIPTA team here, and we are looking forward to this presentation. RIPTA's team has a very interesting one. Okay, this is their challenge team topic is RhodeWaves app. Okay, it's a gamified solution that incentivizes commuters to travel during less congested times. The app allows users to earn points for avoiding peak travel hours, which can then be redeemed at local restaurants in the Fox Point and East Providence areas. And by promoting peak travel, RhodeWaves aims to reduce traffic congestion, improve air quality, and support local businesses affected by the bridge closure. I'd like to also note today that the mentors, coaches for this team are Zachary Uggish, and he's with Rhode Island Transit Authority. Julian Evelyn has been assisting him. Big kudos to Professor Henry Johnson at the New England Institute of Technology, and just an absolutely fabulous team. I want to do a little bit in the introduction of the team members, and you all will be able to read their full profiles later. But Spencer Collette, Spencer is a dedicated software engineering student in NEITs, and he's in his final term at New England Institute of Technology. He's already having graduated with an associate's degree. Their academic journey has been marked by excellence, securing a spot on the dean's list every term. Spencer excels in programming, visual design, and coordinating large-scale projects. Recognized for their expertise, Spencer was personally invited by the IT department head to tutor fellow students. They really have a passion for problem solving and an intuitive understanding, I wish I had this, of computer logic, which makes it very easy for him in terms, it just almost comes naturally in terms of coding, and a really trusted mentor. Their papers are currently in contention for the Best of Humanities and Social Sciences Award at New England Institute of Technology. And as they transition to the professional world, they aim to really contribute meaningfully to the field of software engineering. We also have Matthew Lepore. Matthew is currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in business management and healthcare management at the New England Institute of Technology. His academic journey began with an associate's degree in business management. This early experience sparked his interest in the intersection of business and healthcare, and that's the reason for his current studies, which include degrees in dual fields. He is preparing himself to really tackle the complex challenges in both of these industries. Now, in addition to all of that, with his academic pursuits, he is an active member of the Society for the Advancement of Management, SAM, and this involvement on his part has been instrumental in honing his leadership skills and expanding his professional development networks, all contributing to his goals as he pursues his professional career. Beyond his educational and professional engagements, Matthew is committed to personal development and community involvement, and his goal is to someday leverage his skills and knowledge to make a meaningful impact in the business and healthcare sectors. We have so thank you for being here today, Matthew. We have Annabelle Restrepo. Annabelle is a driven Hispanic woman whose dreams lie in the realm of game design and 3D modeling. With a profound passion for innovation and creativity, she is committed to making a lasting impact in these fields. Her journey is marked by her dedication to mastering the intricacies of game development and pushing the boundaries of visual storytelling through immersive 3D experiences. Driven by her curiosity and determination, she is pursuing a path of education and exploration in computer science, graphic design, and animation, continuously pushing herself to master new techniques and technologies. And she is guided by her belief in the transformative power of storytelling, and she has embarked on a mission to create games that not only entertain, but also challenge perceptions, inspire empathy, and foster connection. Thank you very much for being with us here today, Annabelle. We have Colby Cosgrove. Colby is a graphic design student working at New England Institute of Technology. He has been learning at the Institute since the fall of 2022 after finding a passion for graphic design from his photography background at Portsmouth High School. Colby is a laboratory technician with the graphics design department, and that follows his intense desire to become more involved in this major. Colby also played a role in the third annual Society for the Advancement of Management. And he is really, he's up for he also participated in the Rhode Island breakfast in 2023 for that group. And he was one of the two photographers capturing both candid shots and portrait shots of the events and its students. And last but not least, we have Surya Muna, and I asked for the pronunciation, so here I go. So I hope I'm getting everything correctly. She's a dedicated student at the New England Institute of Technology, majoring in graphic design, and she's already earned her associate's degree in graphics, multimedia, and web design. And now she's working on her bachelor's degree. And her commitment to her craft and her school is evident both inside and outside of the classroom. Actively outside of the classroom, she contributes to her school community. She holds a graphic design position with the Student Activities Office, and that's where she creates both print and digital signage to promote school-wide events. Surya's commitment to her school extends to her school's residence life. She does significant work there, supporting other students and balancing multiple roles. Surya demonstrates dedication and versatility, making a positive impact on her campus, both academically and through her various student employment positions. With that, oh my goodness, I have another student, and I'm sorry, Raven, okay? Raven Bernardo. Raven, this is my omission, okay? And we will take care of that hopefully before this program ends. And now I would like to say a little bit about our national judges. Andrew Brennan. I know Andrew, I've gotten them all up early. Andrew Brennan is with HNTB Engineering. He is over their transit practice. Their transit practice division. We have Taylor Gill. Taylor Gill is with Metropolitan Transportation Authority, New York, Metro North, and she has a very interesting background. She is a deputy director of their performance management and analytics division, but she actually started as a bus operator many, many years ago, so she brings tremendous complexity there. We also have Terry James. Terry James is over special projects management with Jacksonville Transportation Authority. We have Michael Cavett. Mike is a retired IT executive, but he is also with the Sigma Nu chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Inc., and their STEM program. And he also is a representative Alabama statewide for that STEM program initiative for their international fraternity. And I believe I have, I've missed someone, okay, and didn't mean to. There she is, Deborah Salinas. Deborah is the vice president for marketing and communications and partner relationships with the Sacramento Regional Transit District in Sacramento, California. So this is our judges team. It's a pleasure, but now we want to turn it to you, and looking forward to it.
Thank you for having me today. It's a pleasure to be here. So today we're addressing the issue of the Washington Bridge, as it's failing and needs major construction since half of it's closed down now. People are having issues getting back from work and to work. They're waiting in traffic for hours and hours on end every day. And we're just looking to make their rides easier to get to work and home. So with that, we've designed an app, RhodeWaves. It'll help you get across the bridge and back home. So what does it entail? It's similar to a regular navigation map-based system, but It really recommends, the best times to leave or go to work. If you want to be to work for 7 a.m., it might say leave at 6:35, or wait until 6:50 because most of the traffic will dissipate to work. There's green, yellow, and red, so if it's red, you're not really going to be able to get across the bridge quickly and efficiently enough. Yellow, you might. Green, you're definitely going to be able to get across. And with that, we've gamified it. So, each time you go across when it's green, you get a few points here. Yellow, you get a few less. Red, you don't really get anything. And same thing going home. So you build up points, over time. You can level up. You can spend these points, get 5% off in a restaurant here in East Providence, $10 off this next meal here. It really allows the businesses to grow. We're trying to reward people for, waiting, helping alleviate traffic, even carpooling it. You get 2-3 people in the car that have the app. It will know. So, you can get double, triple the points. With that, you're even helping with emissions. So you get a little badge. You can even potentially post them on Facebook. It's even got the bus schedule, what time the bus will be there, if it's running late and stuff like that. And yeah, so it really kind of addresses the issue. And hopefully someday we're looking to expand the app into maybe all the other bridges in the state. Maybe the Newport Bridge has construction. There's bridges on 195, 295, 95 itself. So, we're just looking to address this issue as a whole for now and the future. So, what do you really think about the app?
It's like Bob. That one's very good. No, I think that was there. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Team Ripta, Team RhodeWaves, and of course, thank you so much, Dr. Scott, for their introduction. Team Ripta, you may now share your screen to deliver your pitch presentation to the national judges. As you guys see, I will reset my timer, and once you are all set up and ready to go, I will let the timer off, and the next 15 minutes are yours. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Let me get that pulled up. All right.
All right, looks good. Thank you so
All
much.
right, awesome. Thank you. So I'm Matthew Lepore. I was the team's project manager. With us is Spencer, our team lead, and then Raven. He didn't get his introduction quite yet, but he was in charge of the graphics and marketing. And then we're from New England Tech. As you could see in a little 3-minute speech, we have a tiger. And then we're with RIPTA. So the problem, the Washington Bridge. Major failures are occurring on it, so had to close some of it down. So right now it's experiencing extremely heavy congestion, traffic and congestion during peak hours. So you're going home to work at 5 o'clock, or even going home to work at 5 o'clock and heading to work at 7 a.m. around. So the inspection recently done a few months ago found that there were major failures, as you can kind of see by the pictures here. Rods not connected, lots of major rust. Not necessarily that safe to drive on. But this issue is very major to our state because this is really the only way to get across the bay. So increases, transportation is not doing so hot, and logistical costs have just gone up exponentially. So to continue, the current status of the Washington Bridge is they're looking to demolish it, of course. They're looking to get this process expedited, but it doesn't seem to be happening. They put out requests for proposals recently, and the deadline passed and no one even wants to build the bridge. So, they have a requirement they want to get done in the next 18 to 24 months, but that doesn't seem very realistic. And it's going to be tough to build a new bridge and have this traffic issue solved. So we're really looking to deal with that. So continuing on, the impacts. The closure has led to, like I said before, significant traffic congestion, especially going across that bridge because it's the only one, like I've said. East Providence is experiencing major traffic. Providence itself is, more than 96,000 vehicles a day. So imagine 3 baseball stadiums leaving all at the same time. You're not going to be able to move. It changes people's lives. People heading to work, you're going to be an hour late. That's not good. You don't want to be late. People get fired. People lose their jobs. My fiance herself had to quit her own job because her traffic commute was 2 hours across the bridge to Fall River and 2 hours back. So yeah, it really impacts everyone, especially businesses. The small businesses in East Providence are really experiencing hardships. Some have gone out of business, some are really seeing a decline in customers. They rely on patrons crossing the bridge, get a stop by and maybe get to get some noodles or get some pasta and, take it home and eat it. But, it's really killing it and people are just, cooking at home or buying something cheaper and closer, maybe even. But yeah, foot traffic, even people eating in the restaurant, people working at the restaurant are really being impacted. They're losing tips and all. But yeah, most of these businesses that are really being impacted are restaurants and leisure spots. So like even bowling alleys and stuff like that you would think of. So to continue with more impact, the city of Providence has implemented a few measures. They recently, about a month ago, they opened a third lane and that seemed to help a little bit, but hasn't really solved the issue that much. They also tried a temporary ferry service, which we had thought of as an idea, but once we had found out, they had already discontinued it because not very many people were going over the bridge. Which leads to the next set, public health concerns. Lots of people are sitting in traffic, waiting, their cars are running, spitting out emissions, especially because these detour roads go right through the city. So lower income neighborhoods are really bearing the brunt of this increase in pollution and, compounding existing health disparities. People with asthma, they're really kind of struggling a little bit during these peak times. I myself have it, so it's like, whew. And then to continue, it's really hurting emergency services, especially when they get across the bridge, because most of our hospitals, pretty much all of them, are located in Providence across that bridge. So, they're fighting through congestion, they're trying to get through, and there's not really anywhere to move because it's very, very tight, especially with the 3 lanes. So, their cars are moving and it's just making traffic worse and worse. And, you don't want someone in a rescue to die on the way there. You really want them to get the healthcare they deserve. So yeah, to continue, especially with that, sitting in traffic is not fun. It's stressor. Yeah. So especially the people that work at these businesses in East Providence, seeing the decline in customers, especially those who work at restaurants, they're struggling a little bit. You're not making your money. It's a really big stressor on you. Mental health is very important, obviously. So, people are getting anxiety, depression. You don't want that to happen. So we're really trying to solve the public health concerns too. So to move on, our solution, the RhodeWaves app, which we've introduced to you all, it incentivizes users to travel across the Washington Bridge during, the lesser busy times. Like I said, the green times, you really want to cross during the green times, the off-peak hours, especially because they'll get rewarded. You go during a green time, you really get rewarded versus red. You won't get anything. Yellow, not really. And then, hopefully these points will end up being redeemed to support the local businesses. We can partner with the state to really put out gift cards and stuff like that, percentages off. We really want to promote economic recovery and potential growth. So to continue with that, the gamified app, it's going to use AI to analyze the traffic patterns and provide personalized recommendations. Like I said, if you need to leave at 7:30, it might tell you leave at 7:35, or it might say wait, traffic will be gone by 7:50. So, go a little fast, you leave then. Yeah. So then linking your point rewards to local businesses, like I said, we really want to foster community support. So, hopefully people will carpool, you get double points. Anything that really puts together the community feeling, and because Rhode Island, everybody knows everybody, so hopefully you can get people to help. Someone that owns a business, you tell them, yeah, we can partner with you, and then people will invest into the business by getting points, using gift cards and stuff like that, and just encouraging users to contribute to the area, as East Providence is a beautiful place to be. And yes. So to continue with the app, it'll provide real-time updates, like I've said, best times to leave. It will really help you make an informed decision as it analyzes the traffic. And then to continue with that, users really can share their rank and, once again, sense of community. allows people to share on social media, Facebook, screenshot it, post a picture, and allows people to, want to participate. When people see other people doing stuff on social media, they really want to be a part of it. So in turn, it enhances community aspect and hopefully would increase the app adoption. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Spencer so he can show you the RhodeWaves demo. So I will
Thank
stop
you.
sharing, and Spencer, you take it away, please.
Thank you, Matt. Give me one moment, please. Okay, so this is the sign-in screen for our app. And I have a couple things to go over first before we get into the app's demonstration in earnest. First of all, I want to mention that this is an interactive prototype made in Figma. It's not an actual app. We wanted to model what it would look like, but it has no real functionality. This is just an idea of what we were planning for the solution. And also, we have some features not implemented because they are just sort of app housekeeping things, such as privacy settings, that they have nothing to do with our idea. They would have more to do with the implementation of the app when it's actually being coded. So let me first begin by touching on how you sign up. Now, we had the idea to use Google's account system to have an easy way for people to sign in for our app. And that also means that we don't have to handle security. We can allow Google to handle security. And that would give, the easier it is to sign up for an app, just hit a button, the quicker people will use it and the more encouragement they have. So they can hit login. Once they're in, this is the home screen. As Matt mentioned, it will show the current traffic status here on the Washington Bridge section. It'll show if it's green, yellow, or red. And this map wouldn't be movable since it's just focusing on the Washington Bridge right now. So it also has a daily streak system. So every time you log in, it'll give you more points every day just to sort of encourage engagement. If we go on the Eat screen, this is where it shows nearby restaurants. We can filter between them. And we just use fast food restaurants for the sake of demonstration, but these would all be local, of course. And we can enter into a specific restaurant like Black Dog Tavern, and it shows what specific rewards they can earn there. Now, of course, as Matt mentioned, when they go over a light traffic time, they earn points. And those are shown in here. We keep track of points cumulatively, and there's also a separate balance that you can spend. So the cumulative one is to show which rank you're at. And you can switch between different ribbons for your rank. When you go to the profile, it tells you which rank you're on, like right here in your ribbon. But here on the rewards screen, you can look at ways to earn points. We have a bunch of information here. You can share your rank with other people on social media. You can scan a QR code on either a RIPTA bus or a receipt from a local restaurant to earn some points when we partner with them. And you can redeem your points. This will show all the rewards that you can get, and it'll show your low point balance up here so that you can know what kind of rewards are available to you. And we have a quick little FAQ section just for some extra information for people. We have a news screen here so people can get live notifications. As you can see, we have categories like traffic, construction, bridge updates. You can filter between them like so. And you can go to settings to customize your notifications. And then lastly, we have the profile screen, as I touched on before. It'll show you your current spendable balance, how many trips you've taken across the bridge, profile settings, your name, your username, avatar. You can change your notification settings. If you don't care about promotions, you don't need to have those on. And this is one of the things I mentioned before, like the privacy settings. We don't have any of this implemented because that's more in the integration of the app. So, and then we have the sharing menu here for this screen as well. This just shows the app instead of your rank. And then, of course, you can just log out and it takes you back to this screen. That's about it for the prototype. I'll turn it back over to Matt for the rest of the PowerPoint.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that, Spencer. So to continue once again, so the risk and mitigation considerations, the app's effectiveness in reducing traffic congestion depends heavily on who uses it, how many people use it. If not very many people are using it, it's not really going to do that much. So we're hoping to utilize social marketing principles to promote good behaviors that benefit individuals, the community, especially pollution, and aiming for positive social impact. We hope to limit the risk that comes with this. As I said, low engagement can really hurt it. So what is social marketing? Just a little information. Social marketing is the application of commercial marketing principles and techniques. So it influences behaviors that, benefit individuals and communities for the greater social good. It's not very much like traditional marketing. which primarily aims to, sell products and services, as social marketing, like I said, focuses more on promoting positive changes and addressing societal issues. And this is a major societal issue that we're kind of dealing with right now. And then to play into the social marketing, we have some beautiful billboards that Raven made. We have goodbye to traffic jams, and then a little bus stop right here, promoting people maybe to take the bus, or, potentially eventually we could put a QR code there and people can download the app, hopefully. So yeah, Spencer, once again, I'm gonna have to turn it back to you so you can play our advertisement for us. Of course, thank you, sir.
Let me make sure I'm sharing the audio. I am. Okay.
Beautiful.
At the end of the day, does leaving work turn you into an animal? Download the RhodeWaves app and tame your commute today.
All right, so hope everyone was able to see that. I know Zoom can be a little laggy sometimes. And I will reshare my screen. Okay, so it's gonna be a little hard time. All right, so our implementation plan, it's all funny. Sorry about that. So our implementation plans for the RhodeWaves app, we would look to get the prototype demonstrated with all the core functionalities and user interface. We go into a testing phase, conducted over about 3 months, probably primarily in the East Providence area, partner with a few local businesses, collect some feedback, see what that kind of brings to us. And then maybe potentially after that, next step, AI integration, utilize some machine learning, offer some personalized travel recommendations so we can build upon it, and really optimize the whole app itself. We want better engagement, better traffic predictions, and we really want to push that into a full-scale development, which would roll out across the entire state eventually, and then we could ensure technical scalability for how many users we'd have. We'd hope to have a lot of users, and then just have robust customer support, hopefully, so that users can have an easy time using the app. And then finally, we evaluate, assess how well this works on traffic congestion, air quality in the local businesses. Want to improve all that, and then use user feedback and just continually improve and update so that the app is usable and fun for everybody, and hopefully a grant to, really improve local business support. And then lastly, we have our budget.
All right, Matthew, your team's 15 minutes is up, unfortunately.
All right.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys' presentation. And before I pass it over to the national judges, Dr. Scott, I believe you wanted to have a word.
Yes, I do. I want to do a very quick introduction of Raven, okay, who's been Raven, I'm so sorry. Okay. Raven is a dedicated bachelor student at the New England Institute of Technology, and he is pursuing a degree in graphics, multimedia, and web design. He has an extreme passion for creative expression, has honed his skills as a technical designer and indie filmmaker, consistently bringing innovative visions to life. And he's a very versatile freelance graphic designer, has an ultimate career goal to become a production designer in the film industry, and has had a lifelong love for creating immersive spaces. He aims to bring excitement and creativity to audiences, crafting memorable and engaging experiences that resonate on a profound level. And he is continuously exploring new ways to push the boundaries of design and multimedia. He has a commitment to excellence and innovation and is rising, and will be making tremendous contributions to the world of film and beyond. It is absolutely an honor. Now I turn it to our national judges. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Great presentation, team. Really, really well done. Very interactive, so great work. I'm Andrew Brennan. I'm with HNTB in our transit and rail practice. In the interest of full disclosure, I should point out that my firm, HNTB, is working for RIDOT on the I-95 project. I have not, I did a very little bit looking at their environmental permits, but I have not been involved, so I think I'm fairly separate from it, but I just want to throw that out there. So I'm gonna let my colleagues start. We're gonna start with, see if Terry, if you want to start off with any questions, and after that, we'll turn it to Taylor. No questions? You're on mute. No, okay, no questions. Great. Okay. Taylor, do you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, really, have you looked into, first of all, great project. I'm a huge fan of this. I actually did like, I had a similar idea for a project in grad school and like had a really hard time communicating it to my team and like actually getting it to fruition. So I'm like particularly impressed because I'm like, I know what it's like to have to work this all the way through, and you did a great job. And I was not able to do it. So hats off to you. Have you thought about how this could be expanded even like just beyond bridges? I know you had said hopefully rolling it out to other bridges, but like it seems like a concept that could work for congestion even outside of bridges.
Yeah, that's a good point. I must say that when me and my team were working through it, we were mostly focusing on the bridges. Because our focus was the Washington Bridge, the more local scope problem. But just thinking of it from a design perspective, I can certainly see ways that we could use it to, just we were already thinking of using, say, the Google Maps API to look at live traffic data. You could use that anywhere. So you could just, look at particular routes and see where you could go from there.
Great. Okay, next I'm gonna go to Michael. Michael, any questions from you?
No questions. I just want to congratulate the team on great presentation. I thought it was very well thought out and an excellent concept. I was really, really impressed with your implementation plan. You guys really put a lot of thought into this, and a great job again.
Thank you
Great.
very much.
Thanks, Mike. How about Deborah? You have anything from Deborah?
I apologize. Maybe we need an app for or something that improves streaming, because I have to keep turning my camera off in order to, so I don't lock up. You probably see me lock up every once in a while, so I apologize. By the way, great job explaining it. What I really liked is, I don't have any questions, but I just want to say that you did a really nice job of explaining the impacts, the economic impacts in particular, and the health impacts. So kudos.
Great. Okay. I'm just really curious as to how it is that your group got to this idea and to this project. There's certainly a lot of transportation and transit issues that need to be tackled in Rhode Island and in the Northeast. And I'm just sort of wondering, like, what was the process that your group went through that said, this is the problem that we really want to work on, and here's a solution for it?
So early on in the process, we all sat down as a group and we were trying to brainstorm what we could do about the Washington Bridge problem. Because, we're all in Rhode Island, it impacts us all quite a bit. And we figured it would be a good place to start for like a sort of infrastructure-based problem. So we were trying to think of different ways we could approach it. Like we're a group of college kids. There's not much we can do to like fix the bare infrastructure of a bridge. But me personally, this is my 12th term in software engineering. I have a lot of experience with app design, and the other people in my team, Soraya and Annabelle and Colby, they have a lot of experience with it too. So we started thinking, oh, what if we did like an app? And that's really the best way we can make an impact, by doing something sort of soft and trying to alleviate the impact on the bridge instead of changing something about the bridge itself. So we tried to come up with a way to do that. And we were trying, okay, we have this app. What can we do to make people want to use it? And then we came up with the idea of partnering with local businesses. That gives people more affordable reach to good food, good local food, and helps us support those businesses as well, alongside those benefits of just alleviating traffic and all that kind of stuff. And so on top of that, we wanted to add a little bit of the gamification aspects, like the point balance and things like that, to encourage people to use it and have long-term usage with it as well.
Great. Okay. Do any of the other judges have anything else, any follow-up? I've got a couple of things, but before I do that, any of you have anything to follow up on?
I've got another, if you don't mind.
No, go
I
ahead.
was curious, I had two actually. I was curious if you had a chance to talk to any of the local business partners, like to gauge interest and see if this is something they would want to do. I know, like, you've talked about the economic impact, and it feels obvious, but I'm also wondering how far we've gotten.
So
believe-
we haven't talked to any yet, but I believe that would probably be the next step if we wanted to move forward with this, really, because we want to get the businesses as soon as we can. So yeah, that would be the kind of like the next step.
Absolutely. And then my only other question was there anything, just from like a learning perspective, I'm always curious, was there anything that you were hoping to integrate into this project that ended up not working out? Or like ideas that you had for development in the future?
Oh yeah, there's a good number of them actually. We probably could have gotten them into the prototype, but things got a little crunched with the new term starting. But one of the biggest ones we had, as I mentioned in the presentation, was like AI integration. When I was discussing with Zachary and Rita, we had the idea of training an AI model on different traffic conditions, on determining what kind of day it was, what the weather was, if it was a holiday, getting all these different factors to say, have a user say, oh, I want to go on, I need to go through the bridge by this time. What will the traffic look like? When can I go through at a green time? And that would really help to improve the experience, we were thinking. Alongside that, we didn't get to have it in the prototype, but there was a carpooling as well. We were just thinking, having, it would be not the most difficult thing from a programming standpoint to have, a QR code on the app that user scans, and then the app links them together and gives them a multiplier. And yeah, there might have been one or two more. Let me check my notes really quick. Yeah, so of course there was other bridges as well, expanding the scope of the app. And lastly, one of the last one would be right, more integrating more closely with the RIPTA bus schedules, instead of just saying, oh, if you go on a bus, you see the QR code. But we were thinking we could, maybe draw from the schedules itself and have the app plan around that, give people suggestions for that.
I have
Those
one
were
last
all-
question.
Sure,
When-
go ahead.
Go ahead.
If we have time.
Yeah.
So I this might be in the weeds because I probably not this far, but let's say you have the app. How do you show the business or the restaurant that you have those points, and how does that all work? That the points get deducted from the app, and how do they get transferred to the business? How does that work?
So we were planning on we haven't gotten that far in the weeds. We have as you said, but we have thought a little bit about the point system. And when you go over the bridge at a green time, it'll add to your cumulative balance and your spendable balance. The cumulative balance will level you up, and the spendable balance, obviously, you can spend on the rewards. We were planning on using a grant to actually buy these certificates, or partner with restaurants so that they wouldn't be losing any money. But that's about as far as we've gotten for that aspect.
Yes, that's a good answer. I know I kind of asked you a very detailed question that you, but that was
Well,
a good
definitely
answer.
a good question. Yeah.
I've got a comment and then a question for you. The comment is like back to this issue with the businesses. I've seen this idea in other places before. As a user, I would be really interested and intrigued if this kind of thing really steered me towards real local businesses. It's great if it's Dunkin' Donuts, but
Oh
okay.
yeah.
But if they were, and particularly if they were, Black-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, immigrant-owned businesses, I think that would be a very attractive thing for me as a user to like. I suddenly find, a great new, place for chicken shawarma or something, right? So like that's sort of that focus, I think, on local and local businesses would be really great to think about that. And then I see that Zach from RIPTA is on it. I have a question for you, like Zach, hope you do. How you doing, Zach? Good to see you. How much integration have you had talking to RIPTA in terms of like, if this were to happen, sort of integrating their system, what's the interaction with RIPTA been like?
Thank you. Actually, I was going to put this as part of my closing comments, but I'll have other comments at that point. But to answer your question, Andrew, first off, it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
When I first met with both Matt and Spencer and also with Professor Johnson, We were really kind of thinking through, all right, the high level of the app is really focused on single occupancy vehicles first and foremost, but it's still critical and kind of in RIPTA's core mission. We are the public transit operator in the state, but we're also the mobility manager for the state as well. And so working on the integration of multimodal travel is a clear requirement in my book to see kind of a full success of an application like they've drawn up. But I think, in that context of mobility management, that's where travel demand management comes into play. So that's where I think as they continue to work on developing the integration of carpooling and how we can work with them to transfer some of our carpooling arrangements that we have through our vendors and how that into the app and vice versa. Because we host the commuter resources program for the state.
Okay.
But on the schedule side as well, fortunately, like us and a lot of other transit operators across the country, we have GTS feeds. We can definitely work with Matt and Spencer as they're building their AI programming to better utilize that GTS feed and make it more responsive to the fluctuations, whether it's the day-to-day situation, the weather situation, service delays. I think there's a lot of potential in that mindset.
That's great. That's good. That's good to hear. Okay, unless none of the
I have something, and I don't usually intrude. Okay,
all right.
Go away. But I have one. This is really an ask. We're very fortunate. It's not quite public yet, but USDOT really likes they like the problem solving and all that, but you get that. They really like the virtual element of the program, okay? Because to them, that's the innovation, because it really opens up to a wide swath of young people who in many instances would never have the opportunity to go somewhere, spend money in a hotel and all of that, okay? So we're gonna be coming back, and so I'm saying this as much for all of our local host organizers, but it really, the youth participants, okay? As part of that look that we'll do of last year and this year, because we got 2 years of pilots, is to really be able to hone in. I kept reading your resumes and just getting, and really, what can you do on this immersive elements to make these kinds of things the best that they can be by incorporating the new technologies, all the AI, the immersive stuff. So it's really exciting. And then to be able to come up really with a guidebook and a toolkit that can really go nationally so that, anybody can do this. Okay. And I'm saying, so anyway, I just want you to keep your eyes open. We do have, and in at least an internship, we are very honored. Dr. Juanita Jones Abernathy internship. She was one of our founding board members, and Chris, who's hiding behind right there, has been a recipient of that for this year, and he participated in the program at RIPA last year. So I do ask you, we'll be coming out with that. Please keep your eyes on it, and we're also going to be really asking the youth participants and the organizers to really help us to come up with, the best we think we could give for DOT to really be able to say we can package this and make this opportunity available to even more people. So thank you so much. And then Zach, if you wanted to say, I know you were getting ready to say.
I do want to say Taylor did have their hand raised. If you want to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let me be quiet. Okay, all right, Taylor.
That's okay. It was a little bit of a suggestion more than a question, because I do really hope to see this take off. Spencer, you had mentioned something about like the AI element and holidays and things. I wanted to suggest also like incorporating that. Maybe this is even what you meant, but with, for instance, if I was about to commute home and there was a lot of traffic on the bridge, suggesting that I get some holiday shopping in. If I usually shop at a grocery store in my neighborhood on a Thursday and it's a Wednesday, say, hey, like there's actually one on this side of the bridge, kind of a thing, to guide the pattern in that way, like almost suggestions of, if you get to that point where you have the AI, suggestions of what that individual person might do to fill that time to leave later when traffic is a little bit lesser. But again, I genuinely am saying it because I really actually do want to see it happen. I think it's a phenomenal idea.
That's great.
Thank you for the suggestion. Yeah, I definitely hear what you mean there.
Okay, so we'll turn with that. I think we'll turn it back to Isaiah.
Yeah, totally. Thank you so much, RIPTA team. This is your chance to deliver any kind of closing remarks you would like to give to the national judge. Essentially, what final takeaways do you want them to have with your guys' project? So the floor goes for anyone on the RIPTA team.
I'm going to let the students go first because mine is just a general statement.
I'll go first. So first of all, it's been an honor and a privilege being able to, work in the position I have as a leader of the IT team. It's really given me a lot of experience, leading and being accustomed, trying to adjust to certain people's needs. And on a, more specific to the project level, it's been really interesting looking into sort of, first of all, app design, and also how we can integrate, make this more appealing to users to, fix this problem that's impacting pretty much anyone you could ask in the state.
And for me, I love working in teams. So getting the chance to anytime to work in a team, especially with people of, IT background, like Raven's background, it's awesome. I love, fostering a community. We really love working together, especially us. We've built, some rapport together. We love working together now. And it was just awesome. And being able to build an app, especially see the IT team build a lot of it, and my takeaways from it, and especially what I put in the PowerPoint, it's awesome. I think it's fun. This competition is awesome.
Great.
Okay.
Just really quick I want to thank you guys, specifically Zach and Julia from RIPTA for inviting New England Tech to participate this year. So I'm the vice president of the international of the Society for Advancement of Management, and I know how hard it is. We have student competitions as well that relate to businesses. So first, I want to thank all of the judges in particular for giving up their Saturdays and Sundays to come and listen to all of these presentations. You guys, thank you. You make everything that we do as advisors and try to help students achieve goals just that much work. So thank you for what you do. Dr. Scott, thank you for you and your board for putting this together. This was one of the most phenomenally run competitions that I've been a part of, and I'm going to steal a lot of these ideas and bring them to Sam because it was so well run. So I'm really on behalf of New England Tech and all of our team, and I'm sorry, 2 of our students were working today and the others got COVID. So, but on behalf of all of us, we just want to say thank you because we had honestly, even as an advisor, I had a blast watching them, do this. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much. That's it. Okay, Zach, you take us home.
I'm gonna keep it strictly to 30 seconds because I know you guys have another session at 3. All I'm gonna say is that it's been a tremendous pleasure on behalf of RIPTA working with the student team and with Professor Johnston on their effort. And I think one of the things that I've definitely observed, not just while working with them, but just kind of constantly watching kind of the work of kind of the transportation industry over the last 2 years is that, while our core mission is still to move people from destination, origin A to destination B, there's still a tremendous gap in how we communicate that ability to get between 2 points. And I think that, constantly with the technology evolving, we as operators and providers need to be more engaged in working outside of the box in terms of just kind of the traditional ways of communication, but also working with IT and kind of taking advantage of it. So the fact that these students have kind of started to take that first step into really building something that could be really beneficial, not just for our small, ocean state, but maybe potentially something for a larger scale conversation across the East Coast and across the country. I think, there's a lot of potential with the latest cohort of students coming through. So I'm definitely looking forward to see how they take this and where they may go in the future as well.
And
Awesome.
thank you so much, Zach, because the local host organizers make all the difference in the world to make the real connections. And Dr. Johnson, thank you.